ready to go. The Just on Time president, the Just on Time club. We should all be basking with excitement after the weekend's event. We should be pleased. All of us did just a magnificent job. And we started off at the year at the beginning. We had a goal set. We achieved our goal. We achieved our goal. Remember, underline W-E. We achieved our goal. It was no one person, no one individual. Our whole team achieved the goal. And I think we did. We should be happy. If they did not change the emergency orders, I would have surprised you and tell you it's a party at 1 o'clock, right? All on me, all expense pays on me, on the president, right? But ladies and gentlemen, we're so delighted to have you at our meeting. You couldn't have been at a better place today. All road leads to the Rotary Club of Nassau. The Zoom coordinates are, you got it. You can help yourself. You want to do some other things, but this is the place you just had to be. This is just where you had to be. And I really appreciate that you can be here today. We're going to have a very exciting meeting. I can guarantee you that your imaginations will be stimulated. But at the end of the day, your curiosity will be fulfilled. And finally, when you walk into some atmosphere, it is so cold that you can put on your jacket. When you walk into the Rotary Club of Nassau meeting, you got to take your jacket off where it's so warm. Let's go. We swing it on to IMC.
A pleasant good afternoon again, everyone. For those who may not know me, I'm Dr. Rashan Dane Wallace, and I'm happy to be able to be in your presence today because most times I'm busy working. So I'm looking forward to this exciting meeting, and I hope you all enjoy. Welcome again. So now we will have the Rotary Grace. O Lord and giver of all good, we thank thee for our daily food. May Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us to serve thee all our days. Amen. Okay, so now Pete B. Jim with our toast.
President Stephen, fellow Rotarians and guests, could you raise your glass as we do the Lord toast, the Queen and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
To the Queen and the Commonwealth
of the Bahamas.
All right, is Darren in with us today? I didn't remember seeing him.
Hi, Rashan, how you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
Good. I understand the circumstances of your posterior, and that tends to cause our eyesight to be a bit cloudy, right?
Yes.
But you're looking, right, indeed, you're looking very well. A pleasant good afternoon to all of you. And I take this time to welcome all of you to the Rotary Club of Nassau. It's a wonderful time, as President Stephen has remarked, in terms of us being here to be able to assemble in this meeting. The year is winding down very quickly. And so again, we say thanks to all of you who participated throughout the year. And to all of our guests who are joining us, this is a wonderful time to be a wonderful club to be a part of, and certainly a good way to spend your Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock. I'm just going to take this time now to invite our Rotarians, and certainly would have invited a number of guests to join you this afternoon. So if you'd be so kind to go ahead. Sandra Walker, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
It's been a long time, Sandra.
Yeah, it's always making me smile when you talk.
Yes, it's always good to have you on. It's been a while. Let's go ahead and introduce our guests this afternoon. Let me just have a quick look here real quickly. I'm looking for Dwayne.
I have 3 guests today.
Oh, wonderful.
You want me to? Are we doing visiting Rotarians or straight into guests?
Yes, yeah. If you'd be so kind, just to introduce your guests this afternoon.
Okay, well, I'm really delighted to welcome past president of this club, Winston Rollback, visiting us again. It's taken weeks of nagging, but I eventually got him back in here, at least for a visit. And I hope it progresses from there. And I also have 2 other guests that are with us once again. That's Sophia Walker. Hi, Sophia.
Hello.
And Namiko Miller. Namiko, I saw you somewhere. Hi, Namiko. Thank you for coming.
Hi,
again.
how are you? You're welcome.
Thank you, Darren.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for that. Your weeks of nagging has paid off. That's a good thing. Okay, let's have a quick look.
I have a guest. I have a guest.
Welcome.
My
Dr. Dave,
guest,
how you doing?
good. Working just like you.
Right. Please kindly introduce your guest this afternoon.
Okay, my guest is Dana Davis Mott.
Welcome.
Yeah, she's looking forward to becoming a member. So this is her first time,
Wow.
but she's looking forward to being a member and participating in our club.
That's
Excellent.
super exciting. That's exciting. That's some great news. Thank you so much for joining us. Ms. Mott, welcome. And you're going to hear more from us in a much more formal way as we go throughout the meeting. But again, we say welcome to you. Am I missing anybody else, Mr. President? I don't want to.
Yeah, well, once you finish, you gotta swing it to the left,
Oh, gosh.
Okay, Mr. President, you want to introduce your guests this afternoon?
Always delighted, and one thing with the president, all guests that you bring, the automatically becomes the president's guest by virtue of his office, right? So,
Yes, sir.
okay. So thank you. And we welcome all those visitors. I see four persons on. I think, Keno, you did not recognize your guest, Christopher Roberts. Well, I'll accept him as a guest. Reverend Christopher Roberts, he's been a frequent visitor. So we're glad to have you. Also, we have Alandra Russell, a guest of mine. She's in somewhere. We have Abigail, that's Kim, she's in somewhere. Then I have another guest. We have Yvette Williams, Dane Williams, she's in. It's another guest. So we are glad to have these persons visiting with us, and we feel good. This is the place to come. Rotary is not only for Rotarians. We want everybody to come and visit our club meetings to get good information and feel good. But we always tell you, once is not enough. Once you taste this Rotary Club of Nassau wine, what Winston used to taste, you gotta come back. Something hit Winston and he said, I remember where I want a good wine. So he's back to get the good wine. Thank you.
Thank you very much. When he is nodding in his head, so I can only imagine that's an agreement to what you said, Mr. President,
Yes.
Now, for those of you who know, he don't mean a literal wine, a nice cup of water, sparkling water, right?
To be
No.
To be continued. Just to be continued.
Right. Thank you so much. Okay, visiting Rotarians. Let us take a time to welcome our visiting Rotarians. Are there any visiting Rotarians on? Just kindly introduce yourselves, please. Did we miss anyone?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Alicia from the Rotary Club of St. Martin Sunset.
Hi.
Wonderful. Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Glad to have you, Alicia.
Leon Williams, Sunrise.
Hi,
Mr.
Leon.
Williams, welcome. We can get the application to you before President Stephen Deere is away.
No more. Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. President.
So now just check and see the screen. Do you have any more visitors?
We have
Let's check
visitors
it.
from Cat Island.
Oh, Cat Island, we've got to recognize our Cat Island people. Just acknowledge Cat Island.
Hi, good afternoon. Letitia Brown from Island.
Excellent.
Hi, good afternoon. Magdalena Penn from Cat Island.
Excellent.
Wonderful, wonderful. All these Cat Island visitors, I'm almost tempted to ask them to sing that song, to join the Rake and Straight band, eh?
Hi, Herman Gilbert, Cat Island.
Herman Gilbert, Cat Island. Good, great.
Cat Island, we need some Rake and Straight on the meeting next time you all come. So we're looking at the bucket. How was sound, Ms. Brown? Okay.
Sorry, what's that Rotarian? Darren, you said something, sir?
Well, Jamal, you ain't from Cat Island. I know you're from Cat Island. You're from Nassau. You know nothing but no Rake and Straight.
You can bring some of that Fox Hill music,
Yeah,
That's
Fox
right.
Hill got good music. You're right. He can slip by with Fox Hill music. You're right.
I want me a Foxhole gal when I get married.
What?
I want me a Foxhole gal when I get married.
Well done. You find your key for the day, my friend.
Okay.
Thank you all. Okay. I think that concludes the introduction of our guests and visiting Rotarians. Thank you all so much. Let's turn it back over to the MC.
So we now will have the Rotary moment by Chantal.
Okay, good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. At the district conference this past weekend, the call went out to all the persons who were present to share the SRAG drawdown video to the membership at large. So I will now share the video with you for the SRAG drawdown.
When declaring protecting the environment as a new area of focus, Rotary International and Foundation have also made it very clear that reducing greenhouse gas emissions is a key focus. They understand that climate change is real, it's a serious emergency, we must start now, and there is still hope. They also understand that the Rotary family is in a unique position with our global network and trusted brand to implement a wide range of climate solutions projects that can truly make a difference. You and your club can play a meaningful role in tackling the climate crisis, and in the process engage existing members and attract new ones. For the 10,000 years before the rise of industrialisation, the Earth's temperature remained very stable. This stability of climate enabled humanity to build thriving communities throughout the world. But we're now in uncharted territory, where human activity over past decades has caused our greenhouse gas levels to skyrocket. We are on track to exceed a 2 degrees C warming of the planet, above which the scientists warn of severe economic and humanitarian costs. We must work globally to flatten the curve and reach that point of drawdown, where we start reducing greenhouse gas levels back towards pre-industrial levels. ESRAG has a partnership with Project Drawdown, the leading climate solutions research team that has identified the climate solutions that can create the most impact. The Drawdown framework includes more than 80 climate solutions across many sectors of the economy. The top 10 solutions for limiting global warming below 2 degrees C include areas that are excellent fits for Rotary projects. ESRAG now has teams working on food waste, plant-rich diet, refrigerant management, renewable energy, and cleaner cook stoves. We're facilitating a food waste challenge, a plant-rich diet challenge, which are easy to adopt projects for your club or district. We have many other ways for you to get actively involved with the new area of focus, protecting the environment. These types of do-good and feel-good climate solutions projects are excellent ways to attract new people into the Rotary family. Project Drawdown has created Climate Solutions 101, a 6-part video series that provides more information about climate solutions. So please enjoy this 1-minute intro to Climate Solutions 101. Then find out more about how you can get involved to help tackle the climate crisis by filling out our visitor information form so we can be in touch.
Our water, our food, our air, our health, our security, our economy are all connected to what happens to weather and climate. I'm convinced we actually have the solutions and technologies at our fingertips to get going and solve this problem.
So that means that there are going to be new people employed in that sector.
We get to build the future we want. It hasn't happened yet. The future is ours to choose.
Thank you very much. Back over to you, Rashan.
Thank you so much, Chantal, for sharing that video with us. I hope they were all encouraged, seeing that with the last few years, a lot of things happened due to climate. And with the last pandemic, we had to actually rely on a lot of our resources. So I hope we're able to be actively involved in this new project coming up. Now we'll have President Stephen with further remarks.
Thank you, Rashan. Outstanding so far. So happy to see you. I will tell you what job assignment you'll get internationally once you complete it. You're halfway through, so I'm just still doing the assessment. So you got to if you keep on that trajectory, you're going to be good. You're going to be in a good place, all right? Your president will always look out for you, So thank you. The great Rotary Club of Nassau is always a delight to be here with you. Just excited, still basking from the excitement over the weekend. For those of you who had the opportunity to attend the district conference, especially the award ceremony. And all you can hear every time the awards come out for award number 1, Rotary Club of Nassau, Rotary Club of Nassau. It sounds so refreshing for the outstanding awards that we captured that night. We started off the ball. So it was all due to a team effort. It was all due to a great group of people in a great club who made it happen. We will speak more of the awards on another occasion, but I really want to say, as president, I'm eternally grateful to all of you, the board members, everyone who continue to work to make this club great, to make this club the envy of all clubs. And I say to Brother Leon, I say to even Alicia, all of those who coming in from those other clubs, this is the end of the Rotary year, so you can cut off from your club and make new on the Rotary Club Nassau membership when we started the Rotary year. So I don't think no one have no problem with that. So you could just send them a note now, send them a note in advance, and tell them you want to be transferred to the Rotary Club of Nassau, and we'll graciously accept that. We'll fast track that for you. So thank you. So we're glad Rotary Club of Nassau. We should be proud of ourselves. Of accomplishment. So we continue to be the talk around the country and in the region, top awards in the region. So we doing extremely good. When I look at the foundation that persons like Winston and others have laid, from 1962, when this club was first found, the forefathers and the chartered members and the presidents, we have a number of them on today who have built this club. And we got like Sheila, past President Sheila, June, we have Raquel, we have Dwayne Swaby, y'all help me. Brother Larry, who else we have? I'm missing someone? I'm looking. Y'all help me, please. Sheila?
Yeah, Jamal Davis.
Jamal Davis?
Well, Winston was president too.
I started with Winston. And who else do we have? Good?
Jim Roberts.
Jim Roberts. So, it's foundations, the blocks that you're laying, that I'm now enjoying this nice atmosphere on the patio because you built it. You built it. So we're having a good time. We're having a good time. And I really want to say thank you to all of you for the hard work, and particularly Jamal and our in our service area, and Dwayne in the membership, and Chantel, who runs behind the scene, the Sheila, the John, the treasurers, the number of persons. I mean, everybody fit right in your own special way to make things really, really happen for this club. So, and Brother Darren, for our PR, and we are really thankful to you and your team and everyone who have really contributed to the success of the club. Every member counts. Every member counts. So we want to keep our membership rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, with that in mind, President Jones, you want to quickly say something on the changeover?
Well, at this point, the changeover is basically fully subscribed. So if anyone else who hasn't signed up and thinks that they might, then we'll have to put you on a sort of waiting list for now in case if someone else drops out, because with COVID and so on, we are really limited on the numbers. We can't go above a certain number. So, and something that for those of you who have signed up, we want to let you know that the dress code is elegant casual. So we just don't want you coming in shorts. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Joan, on that.
Joan, how do you pay for the ticket?
Well, you can either do it online or you can give me the $20 that night when you get here. Get there.
All right, thank you. We expect it to be a great event, an outstanding event that night. So we will make it happen. As with everything we touch is be pure gold. That's what I love with this club. Everything we touch is pure gold. With that in mind, the club has a lot of milestones. And so coming right up, I'm going to go quickly because I know our guest speaker is about to come on, but I want to move quickly to another important part. We got, next year brings us our 60th Blue Diamond anniversary. That's the big, we continue to set the standards by which excellence is measured. So we cannot just allow a 60th year. I know President Wayne and the crew, they did a good thing at the 50th year. So we want to take it to another level at the 60th year. So we hope to have a great time during the month, particularly during the month of January, when we will celebrate throughout the whole month. So it's going to be an exciting time. That is why you must join the club. That's why, Vincent, you must be back. You must be back. Okay, great. So what I've done is assemble a group of persons to form that committee. There might be 1 or 2 additions, or you're going to have subcommittees for this, but the nucleus of that committee, I just will give the names now, and the committee will be meeting as early as Tuesday next week at 7 p.m. Unless something else caused that to change, but that's when we'll meet. By virtue, myself and the president-elect, Michael, will be on that. Past President Sheila, Joan, Chantel, Chrislyn, Nadia, Jonathan, Alton, Felia, and Wayne. That's the names that we have for that committee. So, like they say, govern yourself accordingly. So next Tuesday, we'll meet at 7 p.m. and we will start the ball rolling to get that committee going, because we only have a short time to work, but you know how we go. We work best when we're under pressure. So I expect great things to happen for this great club. We want to thank everybody. Just a side note, we are still working out the details of it. Anita, one of our outstanding doctors. Rashawn, I ain't taking nothing away from you. You're great too, right? Because you're doing a great job in that emergency room. All right. I know who to call when I'm late and I won't get bypassed. All right. Good. Okay. Good. So the glasses. You remember we did the reading, we did the eyes testing, but somehow the glasses are coming. It's dropped upon us. It's coming on this. It should be here this weekend, and we have to distribute the glasses. So Anita is trying to organize a team. President Jawal, you and Anita get together so we can coordinate. And we might need 1 or 2 volunteers to cost those glasses, because the parents are calling for those glasses that we promised. And so as a club, we'd like to deliver on our promises to fit almost 200 children with eyeglasses free of charge this weekend. So we'll work out, you'll see some more details come on that. So thank you very much. Rashawn is back, over to you.
Thank you, President Stephen. And I can volunteer for this weekend. I'm actually off. So you can put me down, Jamal, Anita. So next we have up Sandra Walker, Rotarian Sandra Walker, who's going to introduce our guest speaker for today.
Thank you. Ms. Fania Joseph is the Legal and Policy Officer at the Bahamas Financial Services Board, BFSB. She works closely with government ministries and regulatory agencies relevant to the financial services industry to meet one of BFS' key mandates, that is, to advocate on behalf of the members and by extension, the financial services industry at large. Prior to joining the PFSB's team, Ms. Joseph worked at the Office of the Attorney General as an attorney in the Criminal Prosecution Division. Ms. Joseph was awarded a Bachelor of Law degree with honors in 2015 from the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill campus. Subsequently to obtaining her LLB, Ms. Joseph embarked on her legal professional development at the Eugene DePuch Law School. Ms. Joseph was called to the Bahamas Bar in 2017. She earned her Certified Anti-Money Laundering Specialist designation in 2019, and she is currently in the process of completing her diploma in the International Trust Management. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Fania Joseph to discuss financial services in the Bahamas.
Welcome, welcome.
Present, good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Thank you for the introduction, Sandra.
Can hear you.
Thank you so much. Once again, I would like to thank Rotary of Nassau for inviting the Bahamas Financial Services Board to present briefly on the topic financial services in the Bahamas. By way of background, the Bahamas Financial Services Board represents an innovative commitment by the financial services industry and the government of the Bahamas to promote a greater awareness of the Bahamas' strengths as an international financial center. We are a promotion body for the various financial institutions operating in the Bahamas. And in addition to that, we work very closely with policymakers and regulators to ensure that the country's regulatory and business environment continues to meet emergent client requirements. What is the importance of the financial services sector to the overall health of the Bahamian economy? Well, the financial services sector is a critical component of the Bahamian economy. It accounts for an estimated 15 to 20% of the Bahamas' gross domestic product, second only to tourism. The financial services sector is highly developed and dynamic, providing a wide array of services by different types of intermediaries. I'm sorry, does anybody else hear that beeping?
No, only the host can hear that, but I can turn it off.
Okay, thank you. The sector consists of commercial banks, saving banks, trust companies, offshore banks, insurance companies. We have a development bank, a publicly controlled pension fund, private funds, cooperative societies, and credit unions. The industry's viability, therefore, is a demonstrated priority of both the public and the private sector. Notably, there is a Bahamas advantage. It is not by chance that the Bahamas is one of the most successful international financial centers in the Caribbean today. More than 80 years of thought, effort, and cooperation have produced ideal conditions for ultra high net worth individuals, their families, and businesses to manage their wealth efficiently in comfort and style. There are 4 vital features which set us apart from our other competitors in the region. We call them our value proposition. First, there's regulation. The Bahamas is committed to compliance, and this is evidenced by the strong regulatory regime that rules over the financial services sector. And this ultimately guarantees market integrity. Second, there's expertise. With a track record of more than 80 years in financial services, few jurisdictions offer the wealth management facilities that the Bahamas provide. The jurisdiction's long heritage in this area is the reason for its comprehensive body of financial law and the stability and predictability of our business environment. We offer a diverse suite of products, including private banking, trust, the Bahamian executive entity, foundation, and captive insurance. Third, the Bahamas has long been forward-thinking and responsive to the demands of markets, using legislation to create innovative, client-centric products and services that satisfy the most modern regulatory requirements. The Bahamas' success with innovation of products is well known locally, regionally, and internationally. For instance, we have the foundations, the Bahamas Executive Entity, Smart Funds, and the ICON, which are prime examples of how innovative we can be in the financial services space. All of these products, which I mentioned, came about as a result of the need to remain relevant and responsive to our clients' needs, and work is certainly ongoing to create new products that will help to sustain the industry. Fourth, we have location. Location, location, location. We are strategically located. The islands of the Bahamas are situated at the crossroads of the Americas, just 65 miles off the east coast of Florida. And they form an ideal hub for regional investment and business in the Eastern United States and Canada, and much of Central and South America. Additionally, the geographical location of the Bahamas gives this set of islands an undeniable advantage over others. In recent years, as more and more individuals have chosen to follow their money when deciding where to live and work, these tropical islands have become the preferred choice for many who yearn for an excellent quality of life while being able to manage their financial affairs. As previously indicated, the financial services sector is a major driver of our economy. As such, we are devoted to meeting the highest international standards of tax cooperation and tax transparency, in addition to other international best practices to preserve the Bahamas' reputation as a clean and compliant financial services jurisdiction. As a nation, we have embraced the concepts of transparency and cooperation with extraterritorial laws and the automatic exchange of information. The operating environment within which we provide financial services has been transformed. The EU and OECD initiatives, which focus on transparency and cooperation, aim to combat tax evasion and avoidance by multinational corporations that they believe are eroding the tax bases of their member states. The reality is that the Bahamas has demonstrated a long-standing commitment to being a responsible member of the international community. So in that regard, the government continues to work assiduously to ensure that every step is taken to demonstrate our continued commitment as we come under scrutiny from international bodies such as FATF, OECD, and the EU. Essentially, we operate in an integrated global financial services market. As such, the country's counter money laundering, anti-terrorism and proliferation legislation, tax cooperation and tax cooperation framework must meet international best practice standards and norms. And that's very crucial for us as an IFC because blacklisting does in fact have adverse effects on businesses. At this time, the Bahamas financial services sector is experiencing a high level of disruption. As a consequence of changes in the industry worldwide, changes driven largely by the international regulatory initiatives, given this context and the importance of the sector to the overall Bahamian economy, the Bahamas Financial Services Board invited public and private sector partners to identify key priorities and to offer recommendations aimed at ensuring that the Bahamas remains a key player in this sector. The 2021 Virtual Policy Action Summit was held on the 21st of April of this year, and some of the key priorities identified were to improve the ease of doing business, to take proactive steps to mitigate the impact of international initiatives, to rebrand the jurisdiction and position us as a true international business and financial center, and to leverage immigration to grow the sector, encouraging persons to live and invest in the Bahamas to create jobs and utilize our product offerings. Just to wrap up the presentation, I would like to underscore the fact that the financial services sector is of such importance to the Bahamas' overall economy that it requires great ingenuity and determination to remain competitive, whilst mitigating against the pressures that it faces. A vibrant financial services sector is vital to the economic growth and stability of the country, and it does impact thousands of Bahamians. Global challenges continue to make the future for international financial centers unpredictable. The Bahamas must ready itself through continued diversification of product offering, innovation ahead of the competition, continued investment in professional education, and a concerted effort toward the ease of doing business through a transparent system operating in a well-regulated environment. So with that, I would like to thank you again for inviting BFSB. This afternoon, the BFSB team continues to work tirelessly, collaborating with policymakers and regulators to address any concerns that are raised by industry. We are committed to executing on our mandate of advocacy and creating a great awareness of the Bahamas as a responsible international financial center. And should you have any questions or need assistance in any way, the contact information is provided and you can reach out to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Joseph. Right now we would have any questions. Anybody has any questions, any comments? The floor is open.
I have a quick question for Ms. Joseph. May I?
Sure.
Thank you very much, Ms. Joseph. Excellent presentation. Thank you very much. And speaking how strong the Bahamas is financially as it relates to our international partners. My question is very simple. Just this past week, the G7 made a decision that will impact, as it relates to taxation, that will impact not only globally, but especially the Bahamas. What do you see, how do you think that will impact us moving forward? I know you spoke a little bit about taxation in your presentation. How will the decisions that they made in that G7 committee impact us here in the Bahamas?
Wow, I don't know if you recall the budget debate where the Prime Minister alluded to the fact that there will be some tax reform. Well, in essence, there has been talks of reforming the tax structure of the Bahamas for some time now. And now that the EU and the OECD I believe, is pushing this aggressive tax agenda, that for us, it is imminent that there will be some changes in our tax structure. And as it relates to the recent decision of the G7, I think that was made on the 4th of this month, the competent authority, which is the Ministry of Finance, is looking at that, and they released a statement, I think a few days ago, and they indicated that this is something that is on their radar, but as they usually do, there will be public consultation with stakeholders to get views and feedback before implementing any sort of policy. Does that answer your question, Keno?
Thank you very much. Thank you, appreciate it.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you, Ms. Joseph, for your presentation today. This subject matter is not something that I'm very well versed in. The financial services regulations by the international bodies, OECD, European Union, G7, and the like. But to me, it just seems as though that the Bahamas is really being forced into compliance with these international requirements to the extent that the financial services industry is being eroded. And I'm just wondering really, what, if anything, can be done apart from just simply enacting new legislation to impose more regulations on financial services providers. But is there any arguments being made to maintain our sovereignty as an independent nation and for us to control our own tax regime? I can see us trying to avoid terrorism financing and money laundering and the like, but as far as if us having to impose regulations on our professionals or on our people, really to the extent where some of us aren't even engaging these financial services to the point of all the regulations that's being imposed upon us. What is any, all I hear from persons, including yourself, Ms. Joseph, is really what are we doing to further appease these international bodies, but what are we doing to try to appease our own people and also to avoid eroding the financial services industry?
Thank you, Jamal, for your question. Well, the Bahamas is a sovereign nation and it has the power, the authority to make its own laws. And I wouldn't really say that we're being bullied. These international organizations, they themselves are looking out for their member states as well. They're trying to ensure that the funds that are required, the taxes, stays in those member states so that their member states can have the funds to do things to help their economy grow as well. I don't think that we are being bullied into implementing any of these initiatives that are being, I wouldn't say forced on the international body, but that are simply being debated. Really, we have a choice, and at the end of the day, like I mentioned, if we don't, in certain instances, if we don't comply, then we are blacklisted, and our members, BFSB members, we had some members that were really, their businesses were really impacted by this current EU AML blacklisting. So we have to strike a balance, because persons in the industry want us to operate in a well-regulated environment, one that is attractive, one that clients trust as well. And we do have, for example, we have the Director of Legal and Regulatory Affairs at the Competent Authority, Ministry of Finance, Mr. Wells, who sits on one of the steering committees, the OECD's steering committee on tax-related matters. And he engages with industry on a consistent basis, and we give him our feedback on tax positions and, you know, what we're willing to do and not to do. And we believe that he takes it back to them and is sharing our position on, I think that we are being represented sufficiently on these boards. So at the end of the day, when certain legislations are implemented, I think that it's something that industry has been sufficiently consulted on and feedback given, and they give the okay to proceed ultimately. So we're operating, we want to be operating on the international arena, and there are rules. And like I said, we have to be strategic, because I remember when FATCA and CRS came on stream, there was a lot of, in 2015 and 2017 respectively, there was a lot of talks about how that would be the complete demise of the financial services industry. We have some very brilliant persons in this field, and we are very resilient and able to overcome, I believe, anything.
I just wish to add something here. Hi, Fania, this is Tamika from the Insurance Commission. And I just wish to add that, Jamal, these decisions aren't made in silos. And so once a law or regulation or some type reform comes into place, what happens is the different sectors that are affected, they have their attorneys and other professionals within their organizations, and they identify deficiencies. And so some of these deficiencies that are noted actually helps our financial industry to be stronger than we've ever been before. And so sometimes we're not able to see it by where we sit, but when we are actually, like we talk about FACTA and all of these other entities, we're rated. And so sometimes we're able to see where our outliances occur, and it gives us time to come up to par. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just how we approach it and have the professionals on the ground to make it happen.
Thank you.
You, Tamiko, as well.
Thank you all for an excellent discussion. Do we have any more questions? If we have no more questions, thank you again, Ms. Joseph, but we'll ask Anita to come and formally give you a thanks from the Rotary Club.
Okay, good afternoon to everyone again. Hopefully y'all are hearing time. Hopefully my internet stays up. But Ms. Joseph, on behalf of the great Rotary Club of Nassau, we want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to provide us with such an informative presentation on the financial services in the Bahamas. As you said, this knowledge is vital for our growth in our economy, seeing that the financial services in the Bahamas provides 15 to 20% of our GNP. Again, we want to say thank you, and thank you. And we look forward to a continuous relationship with you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Anita. Thank you, Ms. Joseph. Now we'll have the four-way test. Are you ready? Everyone's mic is on. The four-way test.
Of the things
We
we think, say,
do.
and do. Is it the
Is
truth?
it the truth?
Is it the truth? Is it fair to
Is it
all
fair to all
concerned?
concerned?
Will it build
Build
good
better
and better friendships?
Will it be
beneficial to all concerned? And will it be fun?
It's gotta be fun.
Thank you, Chantal. Okay, we're now moving on.
Rotarian Jeff?
Yes, hello.
Oh, hi,
Sorry. You can go ahead, Jeff, with our Rotary.
Okay. Thank you. To all the Rotarians and guests who are here, along with those Rotarians who are there, let us join Rotarians everywhere in a toast to Rotary around the world.
Rotary around.
Rotary around
the world.
Thank you, Jeff. And now we're back to our awesome president of this awesome club, Rotary Club of Nassau, President.
Rashawn, thank you very much for outstanding navigating this through. I can take that word awesome back. I can reciprocate that back to you. Very awesome. You awesomely lead us. Let us through this today. Great. I love the smile on your face. Now, Joan, I know you're a teacher, so don't be trying to correct me with the English language, all right? So we had a good meeting. Rashawn, you did extremely well. And like I tell you, I was doing the evaluating, and I had to told the people from CNN, SN, NBC, and all those, I had to tell them, hold on. Let me finish the evaluation first, and you did well. So, job opportunities, And I just would say, normally what happens, because you're president, of course you get the job. Just remember me, I just want the crumbs for the table, all right? Thank you. But you did extremely well. I must commend you, and I'm so proud of particularly our newest Rotarians. They're doing extremely well coming to the forefront. Without you, you're making us a great club. You're making us a great club. And I really want to thank you, Ms. Joseph, for coming in and really giving us presentations, educating us, so to speak. We don't want to hear about the taxes, Ms. Joseph, but they come in, We didn't want to hear about these regulations. We didn't want to hear about people being bullied, but I know you knew some nice words. You was very nice with us and switched the word around, but be good. But it is what it is. The world is changing, society is changing, and so time is changing. We have an after chat, so I think there might be, if you could stay behind Ms. Joseph for a couple of minutes, there might be 1-2 persons who would want to ask you a few questions. So I really want to thank you, Rotarians. I want to thank you for the exciting week. We have done great. All our visitors, Brother Leon, Alicia, and others who have came on and back to have, I gotta keep mentioning Vincent, it can sink in if I keep mentioning him. And I start with Brother Larry. Larry, we always get to have you. And so we are happy. All of our visitors who popped in today, we are glad to have you. And to our speaker, don't let this be the last time. Just inquire about next week's meeting. We'll want to have you come back, just sit with us and have a good time. Maybe we have some other questions to ask you. So we want to thank everybody for the great work and continue. I want you to be safe as you move ahead into this week. Let's look forward to the changeover. Let's look forward to some great things happening. Because we had a great year this year, this is only the trampoline for next year. So some bigger things that are happening next year. So thank you very much. And questions, the floor is open. Want to ask any questions? You're almost free to do so. What I wanted to find out, you think the day will come when I can walk into one of our financial institutions and just wait for about half an hour and I have my bank account, as I do in the US?
Can you repeat that, please? Do what to your bank account?
Yeah, in the US, I can go today and wait and sign up and I have a bank account, right? And I think they're under the same financial laws we are. Why is it I have to take a couple of weeks to get a bank account here?
Mr. Dean, I have no idea why that is the case, but this is something that was raised with the Economic Recovery Committee, and making it easier for Bahamians to open bank accounts was one of the points that was recommended to the ARC. So I don't know exactly where they are with that. But the central bank governor, John Roll, wrote an extensive a paper on that as well. Well, he wrote an extensive paper and that was included. So hopefully something would be done very soon. And that's all I can say on that. I don't know if we have any bankers here that can assist me with that.
Okay, we keep an eye on it. We thank you for sharing that point with us. That is the fact that someone is thinking about it. I might have stretched it say in a couple of weeks, right?
You're not the only person who has that issue. Clearly,
yes,
persons have taken umbrage with that. A lot of persons.
Okay. Anyone have any other banking questions that they want me?
President's team is just not opening a bank account, but is even making changes. For some of the banks, you need to take in your grandparents' wage certificate, your great-grandparents' death certificate, and your great-great-grandparents' marriage certificate, just to open an account, or to make changes to the account.
Well, that sounds like an internal bank policy. But I guess they have the sand dollar now coming on stream to make life a little more easier, they say.
That will not. You're tying the sand dollar to the MasterCard. That's an issue for me.
The crypto coins. A lot of people talking about that. So some are predicting that's the way forward. How do we see that in the Bahamas? What's happening from the financial perspective?
Well, the thing is, they have regulated the space. The Securities Commission is a regulatory body that deals with securities and digital assets and the like. So they recently passed the DARE bill, the Digital Assets Registered Exchange Act. Yes. So it opens this, it provides a regulated space where essentially persons operating in the space will be protected, especially consumers, really. So it's a business I feel that is emerging in the Bahamas. There are businesses, crypto businesses, Bitcoin businesses opening up, and you just want to make sure that persons aren't being schemed and that they're being protected.
Anyone else have any?
In your former life, President, you'd have been involved in a lot of the hacking and cyber crimes. You notice what happened with the FBI just 2-3 days ago on the money that was paid by the oil company for ransomware.
Yeah.
And it was paid in crypto. You notice the FBI was able to retrieve 50% of the money.
Right.
That should tell you something, eh? About crypto.
Yeah, it is.
I'll say no more on it.
Yeah, it's moving and it's in high demand, but a lot of things that happen from the financial aspect of things, as the case may be. If I open an account in the US, does the Bahamas government, the Bahamas have to know about that?
Well, we have an agreement with, we have a multilateral agreement with the US, which is FATCA, but that's really for them requesting information from us, really. So you're safe.
I know a lot of Bahamians doing that, I just wanted to know, yeah.
I have to look into that for personal reasons.
Yeah.
I know I wanted to do it years ago, and I'm not a financial services expert. Let me just preface it with that. But unfortunately, I am somebody who follows the book too much. And so I was already prepared to do it. And I asked a friend who worked at Central Bank. She gave me a very long and complicated reason why it's not actually something that we're supposed to be doing, because something about foreign currency and exchange and payment dollars and funds earned in country. And it was one long explanation. I don't know if the rules and laws have changed since then, but back then it wasn't actually proper to do, even though so many Bahamians do it all the time. But I know it has something to do with the central bank and currency and something. So maybe you could just look more into it and then let us know, and the president can share it with the club.
Okay, thank you.
Central bank's trying to protect the peg.
Central bank
That's
trying
a
to
next issue.
Central bank is trying to protect the peg.
What I want to find out, this talk always pops up. Now and then you hear a talk show around all things, the Bahamian dollar can be devaluated one day. Is that gonna happen?
Well, Governor John Rose said that that's not the case. And he's the expert in that field. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna take his word. And then when we had former DPM indicated the same thing, Turnquest. That's not the case. The dollar is very stable. So
you feel good about it?
If I feel good about it, I think I take John Rhodes, his word for it.
But what would cost it to be devaluated?
He has to be politically correct, Mr. President.
Yeah. What will it cost it to be devaluated, though, in your opinion?
Oh, well, I would probably say if we can't afford it, it's very expensive to maintain.
Okay.
If we're unable to afford it as a country, then yeah.
Herman, how's Cat Island?
Cat Island is good. It's indeed a pleasure to be here. I'm learning a lot. Don't have much to add. Maybe Miss Brown, who is in that field, can shed some light. But I'm just absorbing the knowledge. And thank you all for empowering me on this very powerful topic.